Hi, everybody. Welcome to the first episode of us or me uh, reviewing songs and albums for artists. It's been something that I've been wanting to do for quite a while, and I've been asked to do quite a few times. And so I thought that I would start doing that now because there's just so many people that are releasing such great music right now, and I wanted to be able to um, just give everybody some of those songs. So the first one I kind of put out there like who I should do first, and so fittingly Xander Corbett came up as the first one to do. I mean, there were a good 50 people that had suggested his new Red album. And I thought it was fitting because Xander is very special to me. And if you've been with me since the beginning, in 2019, he was like one of the very first people I ever like interviewed, and then he helped me in 2020 do the show for a little bit and host some of the artists. And he's been just he helped me produce and write and record or my song Second Place that we had released with the help of Megs McLean. And so he's just a talented guy that I am just so proud to know, and has a special place in my heart for. So I figured, I might as well do his first his out not his first album, for the first episode to do his latest album. So his latest album is called The Red Album. It is a just accumulation of songs that I believe are just fantastic. From where he started, when I first met him to now, he has just exponentially just grown in his growth as a lyricist, as doing melodies, just music in general, the topics about things, and just his musicality all the way around. I mean, he just is so talented, and has such a bright, amazing future ahead of him, and it's what he loves to do, and so I have no doubt that this is what he's going to do. He's already doing it, but if you're lucky enough to go see him live, he puts on like a fantastic show and is so animated, and he makes a lot of jokes, and he's very funny, and I just love seeing him grow up. And I met him when he was in his teens, and now he's in his like mid 20s. And so it's just so cool to see that progression and that journey with him as an artist. That's the one of the cool things that I get to do in sitting here and like hosting all these artists on the show and stuff, is being able to see everybody grow, and to see some people become famous, or be on TV or be recognized, or get, see them win album, or win not their music or albums winning um you know uh trophies and things like that. I think it's in awards. I think it's amazing because it's well deserving for a lot of these artists who just put their heart and soul into what they're doing. And it takes so much determination and so much tenacity and perseverance, because music is not easy. It is not the easiest of jobs to get into. And being a local artist can be really hard because there's a lot of adversity, and I think Xander has really been able to overcome a lot of that in his own right, of just pure tenacity of just wanting to play live. And so he also got to be the first person to play ever at one of the local music summer showcase shows. And so I couldn't help but not. I just wanted so bad for him to be in it and to have an opportunity to be a part of something, and give him that stage that he wanted so bad to play on. And he was young, like he couldn't be in bars and stuff. So I wanted so much to just give him that space to share with everybody, and he blew everybody away, of course. So, he's just a special part of this show. And then going from there, his album, so I went through all of the tracks. And I can honestly say, I just was blown away. A lot of them were fantastically written and so melodic, and a couple of them had really good lyrics, and specific lyrics that I really loved. And I wanted to just be able to share some of that. So we're going to go with the first one. The first song on the Red album. And again, it's an album with a red cover. It has him on the front of it. And so if you're, itching to want to listen to any of these, he's found on Spotify, on any of your like streaming platforms, on Spotify, on all of it, Apple, you name it, he's on there. And so for me to want to share these, I'm gonna just maybe play a tidbit of them, so that you can kind of hear a little bit of it. I don't want to spoil any of the music that he's put out. So even though it's already out, but I'd like you guys to go and like find it yourself. So I'm using iTunes. So the album, the first song on the album is, so the first song has an intro. Sorry for calling you up so late. Very slow intro. It's called intro. Me to say I've been going insane. Having evening days and not. So I'll leave it at that. So what I found of this song was it has this heartbeat in the back of it, and the song really is just melodically, the harmonies are fantastic. Like, and Xander's always really been good at harmony. He's fantastic at hearing that and stacking harmonies on top of each other. And so I really feel like this song really brought out his ability to showcase his genius in that regard. The harmonies just were fantastic. I was impressed, and he continues to impress me with that. The outro of the song was fantastic, like just so amazing, and so just killer. I loved it so much. He did such a great job. And uh the solo, the guitar solo, probably one of my favorite things of that whole song. I just loved the screaming and the guitar solo, and this like this deep emotion in that one spot. Of the song, it really encapsulated, you could just feel it, what he was feeling. And um it felt, you could just, with all of the words, you just felt like this, you could feel the wounds, like of how he felt and what he was going through. And just being able to take you through those feelings. You know, like in the beginning, he says, "I don't want to love you no more, but I want to forget your name." And, like stuff like where you're just like, my God, like, like everybody's been there where you're like, I can't do it anymore. I'm done. I'm spent. Um, I've done everything I can in this relationship. And um, he also says, like, your ghost still remains, with the sound of your name or by the sound of your name. It stands at the front of my bed, taps its foot to the sound of the rain. And like it that's what I'm talking about, is like all these amazing like metaphors for things, and how you see this song really portrays the heartbreak of the whole thing, and the just the emotion of feeling broken after having a relationship with somebody. Um and I very much really just could not get enough of this song. I listened to it several times. Um, Definitely one of my very favorites on the album. Um, but uh, I really suggest that you're in a good mental place with it, because it will, if you're ever like one of those people that are sensitive to lyrics and songs and things, this one will grab you. So, just be in a good place, you know. Unless you're in a heartbreak situation, then you'll definitely want to listen to it, because it's definitely uh that type of song. So, um yeah, so that one's called Intro. That's the first song on the album. The second one is called If You Want Something Done Right, You Got to Do It Yourself. Um, and I mean, haven't we all been there? I feel like we've all been there. So I'll share the beginning of this one. It's 4 o'clock in the morning, my hands are tied. I'm still trying to sleep, can't get you off my mind. Every night plays again, it's in my hair until the day they die. So, it's a pretty upbeat song from the previous one. He keeps you there and then pulls you back up again. It's again a really great song. Has a really fun beat and a really fun melody. The lyrics are, you know, still that very Xander-esque of telling a story and giving you visuals, and very these different type of way of like looking at things and changing your perspective. Probably one of my favorite lines is feeling dead trying to keep us alive. um uh I thought you were going to be the end of my life. And I just love like that kind of notion of being able to take something and twisting it a little bit. um um and being able to bring in these scenarios to explain how you're feeling is really something Xander is so good at. He gives you just this like different way to look at it, which is what I really appreciate about his music and about his songwriting. It was in the beginning there was a lot of like kind of teenage angst type of songs, whereas now, he's much older and has had a lot more experience in life, and so now uh, it's this opportunity for him to share those experiences with everybody in music. But he just always has been very good at the lyrics. Like he just, I don't know how he's able to just take lyrics and make them so rich. That's if you want something done, you got to do it yourself. I just like the poppiness of it, and the fun beat, and just the entertainment of this song with such a like deep uh, idea, deep subject matter. So that's that one. The third song he has on here is Wild World. Um, uh, very first line, which I thought was really cool. I was always taught like back when I started writing music, the first line is like the most important to catch people with, and it's what they're gonna like want to listen more, you know. And so this one is, I hear you've been running your mouth all over town. And it makes me laugh because who hasn't been in that situation where somebody's just like about you and you're like, what the hell, dude, you know? So just a like a simple concept of a lyric and yet says so much, you know. Um uh, the other what I was gonna say was like the other line in this song that really spoke out to me, which goes again with this whole um you know, consistency of saying it outright, like being bold, is I'd say I'm sorry, but you know that's honesty. Um, always has and will be my only policy. Um, so I think he has these like lyrics where you can connect to it, you know, and it's very um universal in some ways of how he's able to like take the song and make it very adaptive to whoever's listening to it. So we'll just listen to the beginning. You've been running your mouth all over town. You don't like the way I sing, you don't like my sound. You said you loved all my old stuff, but this new stuff's just been bringing you down. I say. So the chorus I think is worth mentioning in this song. Nothing stays the same, change is a thing we should embrace. A change is coming for you. I can see it on your face. It's so strange, this wild world we live in. Don't fight change because you know that you'll never win. Um, and then it repeats to nothing stays the same. Change is a thing we should embrace. I hear that you're still mad about the things I said when you dragged me through the dirt and you put my name to shame. So I'm sorry that I've grown and that I can't leave and you can't leave me alone. Um, you know, I really love this song too. It was so just not only just the pace of the song, but like it was kind of an anthem of accepting who you are and in the stages of life that you're in, and that everything can change in a moment's notice. It was just a really great song. Um, and of the three in the beginning, totally my number one so far. The bridge with the guitar was just fantastic, so melodic and so just perfect for that song. And the build up to it, and then the outro into the very end of the song. There's this like great build up to it, and this great uh like ending, this grandioso ending to just like this tapping at the end. um and it was just so fun. It was this just great way to end a song, and I just thought it was brilliant. So um that's that was that one. So I just really loved it. It was such a good beat too. And the melody was really good, and so I loved the chorus, like so universal and so true, you know, like um just this to go back to like him always being able to like be relatable. Nothing stays the same, change is a thing we should embrace because we all go through it in every stage of our life. Um and just this taking this simple notion of something that the human race, and then no matter who it is, uh experiences, and making it something very big and bright, and a notion for us to just remind ourselves that change is inevitable, and we will all change eventually in our life. We just have to kind of roll with the punches. So track 4 is called Blinking in My Bedroom. And this one, I'm gonna be honest, I kind of got lost in this one. It was a little too chaotic for me. I had to listen to it a couple of times to really understand the words and to like hear the words. I just couldn't connect with it. And coming off of number 3 and just like the energy of that one, maybe that was why, I don't know. It seemed like too many words to like fit in the melody, but again, like Xander's really brilliant at those kind of things, but I still felt like this one just was like trying to pack as much as he could in a little space. And so that track just wasn't my favorite. I do like the theme of the song though, and the melody throughout the song was really nice, and I did like that part of it. I think he did a great job with that, but I guess maybe I just didn't connect with it, and so it just wasn't my favorite. But I'll let it play here for just a little bit. The wind shook me awake and told me everything, but I forgot by the morning. So now I drive with the windows down. I pull the kite through the center of town. I keep trying, but I can't trust my memories of me things. So, right there in the first, what I was talking about, like putting too many things together, the wind shook me awake and told me everything, but I forgot by morning. Um, for me, it just seemed like everything was just kind of compacted into this little space. And so, I don't, that probably isn't what he was going for. And it was obviously purposeful, but, I just didn't really feel this one like I have so far in the others. Um, I do have to say, the words definitely were fairly good. The chorus is, now I'm blinking in my bedroom. Can you see from where you are? Can you see from where you are? There are moments we lose. I mean, the tiny ones. The parley after the punch up. I didn't understand that lyric. So just some of this one just got lost on me. That's all. That's all. And I feel like not every song was meant for everybody, and so this one just didn't catch me like the rest of them, like some of the other ones did. Um, so that one, if you like it, let me know, because I'd like to know what you hear and how you feel about it. So, and with any of these, really, like just let me know how you feel about them, and what you think, and if you've heard the album and how you feel about each of these songs and what one is your favorite. I'd really like to hear how you feel about it, because that's what we're here for. We want to talk about music, and really be able to just enjoy it together. So the fifth song is really special to me. It's called Moonlight. I happen to be able to get, because me and Xander are really good friends. I was able to get excuse me, a like a sneak peek of this song before it came out. And um I love it. Like, hands down, this song I could just listen to over and over and over again. It's just my favorite. And it has such great imagery and a story to it. And the first verse just captures you right at the beginning. And man, this song is just so fantastic. I just was so um I was just so enthralled with it, and couldn't get enough of it. And really wanted to just listen and really get it through my head, and understand the lyrics and the story and the vibe behind it and what he was going for. The chorus was just like perfectly built. Um, Fantastically done, and uh I was so proud of this song when I first heard it. It just really made me feel like he had found his voice finally, in a long battle of trying to find who he is within music and that realm of for himself to be a musician. Um and so I really felt like this song really encapsulated that part of him just growing up in this world of music. The beat was just stellar, awesome. The beat was so fantastic and so amazing, and I genuinely just loved it. Wow, the bridge too. The bridge was perfectly timed, like expertly timed. And I can't even get enough of this song. It's just such a good song. It's my probably my favorite or second favorite on this album. Just I loved it from the very first time he let me listen to it and shared it with me, and I was just so blown away by it and the growth and the just the passion behind this song. Yeah, this one's called Moonlight. Um Actually, I think I was going to play the beginning, but Um, I want to play the chorus because it's so beautiful. So good, so good. Okay, I'll just play it from the beginning, yes. I had it queued, but I lost it. See, it's that like great beat where I love it. It took a couple drinks until we couldn't think, and she was back in my bed. One more apology before I say I just love it. You'll hear what I have to say, I swear. So, again, like just such a good beat, that just consistent, downbeat of the song and keeping you motivated to want to listen to the rest. Xander also is really good at like rhymes. Um, I, I try, but damn, he's just so good at them, and I just really feel like the the like rhymes in this song are pretty fantastic. Um, So I just want to kind of read a little part of it. It says, "And I still want you. It's been driving me wild. I know I crossed the line, but it never felt so right. And now you can't look at me without hating what you see. And they say that love is blind." Um, so there's again that imagery and that story behind the feeling of what he's trying to convey in the song, and being able to really um get across what he wants to say. um I wish you'd stay another night so I could hold you tight in the moonlight. um and like just the I just love this melody for this. I love the melody of this chorus, like it's so brilliant and so beautiful, and just well put together, melodic. The musicality is fantastic. I always tried to convey to Xander that I loved him going high, and he didn't do it for a really long time. And in this album, he does it so much, and I'm so proud of him because it really does add so much more depth to um, his music. And this one specifically, I'm so in love with it, and that melodic, like da 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 da, like so beautiful and so great, and just such a um amazing melody for a chorus. I'm just in love with it. I can't say enough of it, obviously. So well done, Xander. It's such a beautiful song. Great song. Track 6, again, this one's called Eleanor. Um, this one's been around a minute. I already kind of knew this song. Um, and uh it was it was one of those songs where um you just kind of had to really listen to it and really be in it, um to really understand what he is trying to portray and the story he's trying to tell. If I didn't say before, it's called Eleanor. I think I did, but just in case. So I really love the just the lyrics of this song. Um, from the very beginning, her eyes were shining golden sunbeams. I would chase her while she chased her dreams. We met up in the woods behind her childhood neighborhood, back when everything was good and she still loved me. You know, these beautiful just scenarios and pictures of a snapshot that he portrays and that he's able to give you the backstory of, to get you right from the beginning of the feeling of the song. So this one is really, in that way, just so beautiful. I That's what I really appreciate about the song, is he just has a whole story that is a movie almost playing in your mind. So we'll let this one go. The beginning. And throughout the whole album, he does this thing with the car keys and the driving, and it's really cool because he's always on the go. So it's very fitting. You have the water in the background, and that was the point of this song. He really wanted people to know that. Her eyes are shining golden sunbeams. I'll chase her while she chased her dreams. We met up in the woods beyond her childhood neighborhood, back when everything was good and she still loved me. So he's very good at really doing this kind of a rubato, almost as if he can't hold the notes. Um and for a while I thought it was he couldn't. But it's intentional. And I really I've learned to really love it and appreciate it because it gives off how he feels. And how he's able to say how he feels in the song, just by using his voice and the inflection of it, and or lack of inflection at that point, but being so like monotone, and then taking the song in this like bigger direction, in the middle. And so I think with this one, he really brought you in to his heart with this one. Same with that first song, but this one he really did. I really feel like this one really had a bigger impact as far as bringing you in. So I'm just gonna let it start from. She's the better half of me. Ellie, please come back to me. Ellie, Eleanor. And I don't know where we stand, but she's packed her bags and she's running back into the city. Ellie, please stay with me. You can just feel that there's no like, there's no buildup, but with like just the little bit of like run up to the chorus, it's this big emotion, like stay with me, like don't go. And I think that's where, in this song, he's able to like really bring you with him. Like, come on, man. Like, just, we've all been there, and this like need and this pull to be like, um, just stay here, Her hair flowed in the wind like leaves in the fall. No matter the circumstance, she always stand tall. Like being able to describe somebody and give you this visual, of who this person is and why he's talking about them. Nobody can break her down. She learned to swim so she'll never drown. Like this, you get this idea of who she is and why he's talking about her and why she means so much to him. And um I must say I still love her, but I hate this town. Like you don't like where you're at because she's not there, So just a beautiful story of just feeling sad for somebody that's no longer, in your life. And we've all been there, we've all lost somebody in our life. This story, that's what this song really meant to what I hear when I hear the song. That's what it really meant to me. And just being able to really breathe past the moments of where you think your world's going to fall apart because somebody's gone, and just being able to kind of live with that dormancy. And also, towards the end you kind of learn that it was his actions, or some of it in the beginning, but kind of more towards the end. You learn his actions and her actions and how they interacted. And like one of the lines is, she hurt me and I know it's all my fault, she wore that flowing dress in the summer. One of the other ones is, why did I make her feel so small? Sometimes I want to call her up, just the anguish of like having done things that you regret and that person not being around because of it. So and the one of my favorite lines, I think, is of the whole song too, is "But long live that fiery soul." Um, the next sign down is again the like rhyme of that I put out in the cold. Um, I love that those two lines together are so awesome and say so much in such a little time. Um, so to this whole song is really beautiful, and this whole song is kind of sad, honestly, or at least that's what I think, and how I connect to it. But I'd really love to hear what anybody else thinks about it, because Eleanor was a huge song, when it first came out, and for him. And uh I'm curious what people think about it, because it's so beautiful, in a tragic way. The next one we have is number 7, and it's called Berlin. Berlin. I heard this song quite a while ago. He's had this song for quite a while, and this song has always been such a fantastic song. Again, the story and being able to like bring people into your world, um, uh, and then being able to take that story and turn it into uh, a learning experience for yourself, and learning how to love and how to heal, and recognizing that in your life, um, and accepting that someone where they are, and knowing it wasn't, that person just wasn't right for you in that moment of time where you're at and where they're at, and just accepting that and being able to just sit with that, and the the lyrics of this song are hard too, I gotta say. And for it to like for it to go after Berlin, I'm sure, if I know Xander, it was very purposeful. So for that, I'm gonna say, again, it's it's like the continuation of a story, and what I feel like he did kind of throughout this whole album. and explaining the story of love and loss, and relationships, and how you are with other people, and what that does to you and what that also does to them, and how, each situation, each relationship in life has a reaction and a consequence, as well as, it can be beautiful too. So this song was really just so beautiful in that way, and just was I felt like it was. I know Eleanor and Berlin were, not really in the same eras of his life, but if I remember correctly. But I loved the idea, of it being the continuation of each other. Um, so um, yeah, I think, we'll just let it play for itself. We fell in love when we were 18. This has a really good beat too. I thought this could be everything. Something we all can relate to. We all were in love at 18. So I packed my bags full of all my things. 'Cause God only knew was to come from me. Don't want another one night stand. I just want to be your man. So, the learning of, when you're 18 and falling in love, and it's the epicness of it, right? This grandioso of like, oh, this is the greatest thing in my life, and you're the best person to ever live, and I just want to be with you forever. And everybody, all of us have been there where we thought the first person was the love of our life, um and um so I just feel like he really encapsulated that beautiful, first love thing that we all feel, that we all go through. And uh, I think he did it just beautifully, honestly. He took something so simple, that we all go through, and made it huge, and made it big, and was able to really, find the tragedy in it too. So, just the anguish of having to leave somebody you love, and literally the idea of just being like, here's my heart, I'm just gonna leave it here, um just a fantastic, way to write again, and just accepting each other where you're at, and that it just wasn't the right time, in your life. And um the notion of being able to, uh leave a piece of yourself somewhere, you know leave a piece of yourself with somebody else, because that's what they took. That's what they yeah, that's what they took. They took a part of you. That's how important they were. um so this next one, um track 8, is called The Fall. um Man, again, with this whole album, you can really feel the song, I think. um it really encapsulates just like the human condition of feeling, the longing and the hurt of just missing someone to the core of who you are. Um, the greatest line of the whole song, and what feels so real in this song, is pretending helps everything hurt a little less. Like, how many of us have had to just mask how we feel and pretend that our lives aren't crumbling down in front of us, um and in some way that helps us just like hurt a little less, hurt the pain, just is a little bit shoved off a little bit, and you're not just like in it, in this deep cut and this deep wound. um so with that one, she's this song was just had such a great flow. It was just really just encapsulated the feeling of just the story, like before, like the others. um I loved the like rhymes in this song. They are so stellar and so perfectly done. And the metaphors and the visuals from this song were just outstanding, um overall. And the ending of this song is probably one of my favorites, I have to admit. Just so cool. I just loved it. So here's The Fall. I can't lie. I miss you on the passenger side. I'm in love with the same song you've heard about 100 times in my car. That's the hard part. The same car I drove home in on the day it all fell apart. Same car, what's the line? The same car I drove back home in the day it all fell apart. Like, just the visuals and the heartbreak and the heart of this whole song, saying goodbye to my best friends, acting like I never knew them. you know uh, I pretend I'll never loved you in the fall. I miss you when the lights go out. My head is flooding and I start to go down and I start to drown. um just these hard metaphors and these hard, you know uh visuals of what this person is feeling, and how they recover from it. I mean, the whole song is centered around, I'll pretend I never loved you in the fall. you know uh just again, like taking something so simple like a season and relating it to, um you know a time of your life. um um and then being able to kind of overcome that. And I know I've heard the song before, but the lyrics hold something new. Like, you're able to listen to it with a new light, with a new perspective, coming out of this situation. So just well done. The song is just fully well done, like, just amazing. It's beautiful. So track 9 is Not Your Fault. I've also heard the song previously too. Uh the chorus is like so relatable. Like, you can't help but just be like, yep, I've been there. you know uh it's just so raw, and just someone learning from their mistakes and letting the other person off the hook of that guilt of, um you know feeling it and being in it. And I felt like some of these songs are really personal. I feel like this one was very personal, like, it just a deep wound, like a scar, and excuse me, and just really the whole song had this like whole vibe of really hitting down deep into something we all experience again, that we've all experienced. And um again, it's a testament, like this whole album is a testament to Xander being able to tap into everybody's emotions and him being able to take songs that he feels and situations in his life and make them relatable, but also personal to him, in a specific way, right? And so, again, this is like one of those songs where it's like, it's not your fault, man. Like, you can let it go. Um, so I just feel like this one again just it really brings you back to the human condition. And so and being able to say to somebody like, it's not you, dude. Like it's um again, it's just knowing that rawness of just learning from yourself and learning from your decisions and your mistakes and your your ways of seeing the world and having to change that, and just letting the other person off the hook and being like, it's just, it's not your fault, man. Like I am who I am, and it what happened happened. It was, there's through no fault of anybody. um so I'm just gonna play a little bit through the middle of the song. It's gonna have to wait. And I know you never judge, but I need to take some time to find my way. You're not involved with the mess on me. It's not your fault that these hearts can break. Not your fault, people make mistakes. Not your fault. Like, such a beautiful chorus. I mean, you can't, it's not your fault for the mess I've made. It's not your fault that these hearts can break. Not your fault people make mistakes. It's not your fault, you know? And giving the other person the opportunity to heal too. As well as you, just letting everybody go, okay, like this, just life happened, and we just got caught up, and it's neither of us that did it. um it goes on to say, you painted the sky from gray to blue. I just can't help it. I tend to get lost in the view. I can't get my heart to intertwine with you. Guess it was all in my head because you were something new. And I know you want to help, but I gotta be alone to get through this hell. And I know you want to love, but I gotta keep on fighting for my old self. It's not your fault for the mess I've made, going on with the chorus. So just somebody really checking with themselves and being like, yeah, I really fucked up, you know? But it's not your fault I did that. It's not your fault that this fell apart. Um, it's not your fault that I wasn't the right person for you at the time, that I had some things I needed to heal and to move on with. Um, uh, I really love this other line kind of towards the end of it. He says, I want to be the one you forget. Um, I felt like that. Um, just a powerful line there of, I just hope that I didn't cause you too much pain in your life, kind of thing, for everything that I did. Um, and asking for forgiveness, he says, say, babe, it's okay. Please say anything. Just this notion of really knowing that you messed up, and allowing them to have that space, to heal too, because in the end you're gonna have to as well, and accept the choices that you've made. So I love this song just for that simple fact of just the the just rawness about it. it that's just, I just think it's so personal, and relatable. um so you go on to the next one. Song 10 is called Oh Timothy. And I really liked the imagery. Like, again, he's very good at imagery, and this one just really kind of like spoke to me through that. I could just see the whole song in a movie or something, as a movie. I love the heart of it, and just someone who loves the like other person and the memories they had with that person, and just the greatness that comes from knowing people, and having relationships. The I think the best line of the whole song is, took every lesson to heart. Like everything you gave me, everything you taught me, everything that we did together was a lesson in life for me. And I really take it in, and I really am learning from that. Um, and you can just feel the hurt again of just missing the person, and learning from that, and learning from being able to take all the memories you have with this person, and taking it into the next one, taking it into the next phase of your life as a lesson, and something to draw from. So here's Oh Timothy. And it's so relatable. Just from the very beginning, it's just so relatable.
And it's been years since I've seen your face, but I still think about you every day. Since you left, nothing's been the same.
I love when he just stops like that too.
Sometimes, even not afraid of change. Oh, Timothy, you're inside, you can see me. Are you proud? Are you still here with me? I've been missing
You know, just this heartbreak of um again, the human condition, people leaving. There's a theme throughout this album that I noticed of like people leaving, and uh learning to cope with that, and how to be able to deal with that emptiness, when you whether it's your fault, like in it's not your fault, like whether it's my fault or the other person's fault, being able to heal from these people that have come in and out of your life. um um so I think in this one you can really feel and the see the movie that it is. He's so good at, again, the imagery of this song, and placing his um inflections of his voice, or the melody in just the right places to get you to feel what he feels. um I think that's where this one really shines, as far as that goes. And just really being able to be like, hey, are you proud of me? Like, do I still have a piece of you with me through we went through all this, and I really miss you, and are you still with me in this moment, even though you're not here? um and um really being able to, like, at the very end, he says, part of you goes everywhere with me. And like, I can honestly say everyone in my life has left some sort of footprint in my life, and I've taken them everywhere with me. And so that is such a relatable line. So simple, and yet so, like, perfect. And being able to express the emotion of how everyone is influenced by everybody they meet, big or small. So that's kind of what I took away from this one. Again, it goes in the theme of just like losing people, and this sadness that goes along with it, no matter how it ended, how that relationship ended. um well, the next one, uh number 10, uh, is called "Baby I'm Here for You," or maybe it's number 11. Uh, "Baby I'm Here for You." You know, I gotta admit, um, this one lost me. Again, it just kind of lost me. I wasn't able to follow this one. I couldn't get into it. I'm gonna play the beginning for you, but let me know how you feel about it. It still has some pretty good lyrics in it, and we'll go over that in just a second. But I wasn't feeling it. I had a really hard time trying to like. I listened to it a couple of times, and I just couldn't find the vibe with it. But yeah, I'm curious if anybody else did, or if it really spoke to you. So let me know. Again, it's "Baby I'm Here for You." But it does have this like springy bounce to it though, which is what I do like about this song. It was just I kind of felt like I was in the middle of a field. So I did appreciate that. Almost Hanson, like Penny and Me esque. If you look up Hanson and the song Penny and Me, um, it reminded me of that kind of feel of just like uh bouncy and fun.
I wonder all it's easy for you to feel alone. Do you sit in the dark and call yourself out? Baby, I'm here for you.
I I do find that this song um is kind of him questioning somebody, like their experience. At least that's what I kind of gathered from it. Uh, like words on a cold October night, to be so far away from all who loved you, to be so far away from all that you knew. I'm here for you. I'm here for you. That's the end of the song. But just these interesting, like, uh, it's a kind of a short song. It's only 2 minutes long, but it's just this. I liked the bounciness. I just didn't get into it, and I think it could have been a little longer to kind of give you that story a little bit more. But it still had some good lyrics, like I said, and visuals, but it didn't speak to me like Berlin or Moonlight. It just I didn't feel it as much. So, but that's what I think. Maybe somebody else did. So, on to the next. The next one is Abandonment Issues. Those of us that have had it, we feel it. um, I liked the beat in this one. I'll go over the lyrics in just a second, but after we listen to a little bit. But this one again, I just wasn't my favorite, but it was a good song nonetheless.
I can feel your heart fast like a second. It's just something wrong. Always
Um, he goes on to say, "And I've done everything I could, and I never seem to be good enough. If I could describe that feeling, I would, but all I can say is, um, it really fucks you up. The way you shift away from me, it's just a matter of time until you're leaving." This one, just like the whole theme of the whole song or the whole album is, this change in yourself and really realizing who you are in relation to other people. and how you define yourself with other people, and expecting this one hit different too. I more the song itself didn't hit with me, but the lyrics did. Those of us that have had abandonment issues and live with that on a daily basis, and consistently having to rewire your brain to not feel as though everyone's going to leave. Um, which is so ironic that this song is on here because I feel like that's the theme of the whole album. Um, but it's just a line, just a matter of time until you're leaving. And when you say nothing, it's so much more worse than when I know you're bluffing. You say it's all fine. I can see it in your eyes. There's always going to be something, like just this beautiful adaptation for all of us who are like, like eventually people are going to leave our life. Like it's just always going to happen. It has happened. I can't keep people in my life. And realizing that it you kind of grow in this, like realizing that it's not you, and you have to grow in this thing of like it's not you. But the line, it's more this song, the lyrics more hit me, like I said, than the actual melody and things. It's just a matter of time until you're leaving. Like that's how it always is when you're in this space of abandonment and having to learn that not everyone is going to leave you, not everything is meant to not be in your life, that there are people meant to stay in it. So um it's the lyrics are just really awesome for the title of the song and how he was able to portray. He doesn't even say abandonment issues in the entire song, the line, but he describes it and very much gives you the idea of how he's feeling, um and that it happens over and over and over again. It can't be an issue if it hasn't happened more than once, right? So like it's this feeling of feeling abandoned consistently by people and being let down. And so um the beginning of it is you can't find the words to say, it's getting hard to breathe. Should I go or should I stay? In the end, it just won't matter. Your mind is made up after all, and we climbed up the ladder. So it's this like notion of really accepting people at their at who they are. They just can't stay. They just can't stick around. So when you're in those situations and when you're feeling that way, this song really, these lyrics really portray that. I can honestly tell you. That was song number 12. So I didn't get into the melody of it, but I do feel it with the lyrics. Like I can just read the lyrics like a poem, and um you can feel it. So that one, despite that, I still appreciate this song a lot in that way because he definitely just snapshotted how it feels. So the last song is called Garden Home. Um, uh, really, I don't even know where to begin. I love the rawness of this song. Not to like go back to that, but like it's just it's so stripped down right from the beginning. You know, um, it's this like father and grandfather storyline, and it's so beautiful and so well done and so good, and you get sucked into it and you can just feel the immense power of it from like the very beginning of the song. Like it's just like a cut, a wound. I don't know what else to say. Like it's just so beautiful. I love the story of this song. And I know it's just like a snapshot, but like it's so beautiful. It's such a beautiful, beautiful track. Um and again has just such great lyrics. just from the very beginning. So this is Garden Home. In case you couldn't hear what he said at the beginning is, I was a fire, you were a flame. I wonder if you ever hear my name in all those songs I used to play for you. I put aside, I'm so sorry, Xander. I used to play for you. I put my life to the side just so you could stick the knife in, when all this time I was just trying to love you. It goes on to say, because you're the one who knows me best, but now you're running off the other way into the sunset. You came too close and I let you in. I'm never doing it again. Um, again, just this, somebody really hurting you to the core, and driving a knife in your back with no regard, to how you feel. The very last line of this song, oh man, the very last line of this song, well, actually, here, we'll go above it. So it says, you left a life behind like that. I opened up, you turned your back. I ran back to the safety of your garden home. I guess I'm just afraid that I'm gonna die alone. um Powerful, powerful words. Just a powerful lyric. That very last line, I guess I'm just afraid that I'm gonna die alone. I think at one point or another, all of us have been afraid, of that, and um, have had to cope with reconciling when that time comes and who's going to be around. Um, and so I really feel like that line is just beautiful to end on the whole album on, and um, to just really bring home the whole theme of the whole album. Where the beginning is you're leaving, and there's all these relationships and all these things that you've been through, and at the end of the day you go back to what you know. And um because sitting in the unknown is terrifying. So that's the Red Album by Xander Corbett. It did come out last year. But I have just really appreciated this album for what it is and what he made it, and how beautiful he took um something so simple in a time of his life, um and encapsulated it into 14 songs of just pure beauty. um So I know this has been long awaited for a lot of his fans, and all of that. So I'm very happy to be able to finally put this out. So if you are wanting your song or album reviewed, just go ahead and send me a DM in Instagram. And I will go ahead and add it to the list of all of them that I'm going to do. This is the first episode, so stay tuned for the others. They will be posted on the local music scene um, uh, YouTube, so be sure to look there for the rest of them going forward. And yeah, go check out Xander Corbett, ZANDR CORBETT. It's the Red Album. And while you're there, check out the rest of his music too. He's just a fantastic songwriter, and um, I'm so glad I get to call him my friend. So hope you all have a great day, and thanks for tuning in. See you on the next one.